Welcome to Sports Jam for the week of October 29th. I'm Jay Wilcox.
And I'm John Jacobson. Happy Halloween week. Today on the show, state tournament action in soccer and tennis. In our Sports Jam Spotlight, we'll meet an Osseo football player who's had a breakout season. Plus, we'll hear from the Champlin Park football team after a first-round playoff win.
And we'll get started with playoff football and action from the new largest class, 6A. The second seed in Section 5, Osseo, met up with another Northwest Suburban Conference team, but one they hadn't faced this season. The Orioles hosting Anoka in this one. Garrison Gillard throws the fade to Javon Stevens, who juggles it but hangs on for the 20-yard touchdown. Osseo takes a 7-0 lead over the Tornadoes in the first quarter. Still 7-0 and Osseo's offense looking stagnant until Troy Kray fakes the punt and takes off, making a nice cut to get the first down with an 18-yard run. It sets up a Kray touchdown, and it's 14-0 Orioles at halftime. Third quarter, and Osseo strikes quickly. Bridge Tussler follows some good blocks and darts in for the TD to extend the lead. And next time out of the Wildcat, or Bridge Cat as they call it, Tussler takes the snap, gets a couple of blocks, and he is gone on a 74-yard jaunt. They get Eden Prairie next. The defense is a strong outing too as Osseo wins at 28-7.
We came out hard. We came hard to play. We lost our home game, last week, so I felt like it was a lot. We were really hungry. I'm sorry that happened to be Anoka that we beat, but hopefully we can do the same thing to EP.
Also in Section 5 of 6A, Champlin Park hosted Centennial. Early second quarter, Michael Sales takes the handoff, makes a nice cut, breaks some tackles, and gets to the end zone. They mark him down at the half-yard line, though. He'd score from there. Rebels trail 7-6. Sales finds the end zone for his second score late in the first half. This one from 2 yards out. They make the two-point conversion and lead 14-7 at the half. Third quarter, and watch this run by Sales. He gets into the open, and the senior is off to the races. Down the left sideline, he's forced to cut back to the middle of the field, and that's where the Cougars eventually catch up to him. Still, it's an 80-yard run for Michael. He would score another TD to put his team up 21-7. After a Cougar score to make it 21-14, quarterback Trevor Garrison dives in for a touchdown here. Champlin Park wins a high-scoring game, 35-27 over Centennial. We'll hear from the Rebels later in the show. Top seed Maple Grove had no trouble with 8th seed Coon Rapids in Section 5. The Crimson win at 39-14 behind a big ground game from Jack Wallach.
Wayzata's football team closed the regular season with a shutout of Eden Prairie in a rematch of last year's Prep Bowl. The Trojans had a little trouble in their playoff opener in Section 6 of 6A. Number 2 seed Wayzata hosting in number 7 Minneapolis South. Already up 7-0, the Trojans add to the lead as Joey Colpian powers in for the 1-yard TD to make it 14-0. And they are just getting started on a long night for South and Coach Lenny Sedlock. Tanner Bedard takes the handoff and bursts through a big hole to get in from 10 yards out. And Wayzata's up 21-0 still in the first quarter. Cortez Ford battles his way into the end zone for a 9-yard scoring play here. South just can't stop the Trojans. It's 28-6 Wayzata after the opening quarter. Ford adds another TD in the second quarter here as Wayzata rolls to a 62-6 victory over South.
Hopkins scored a late touchdown to beat Minnetonka in Week 8 of the regular season. The Royals and Skippers were matched up again in the Class 6A quarterfinals. The Royals hosting this one. Quarterback J.T. Den Hartog scrambles and flips the pass to Zach Murray for the touchdown, and it's 7-0 Hopkins. Second quarter, and Keandre Singleton takes it in for a 5-yard touchdown as the Skippers tied up at 7-7. Den Hartog goes up top. Terrence Bowers is wide open. It's a 27-yard strike. This game is even at 14-all. That's the halftime score. Things don't go well for Hopkins from there. Quarterback Nick Rooney pushes his way in, and Minnetonka's in the lead for good at 21-14. Ian Cody takes the handoff, and a nice spin move helps him elude the tackler on his way to Pater as Minnetonka eliminates Hopkins 35-14. Also in Section 6, top seed Edina whips Armstrong 35-6. The Hornets scored all of their points in the first half. Armstrong won just one game this fall. In Class 5A, Totino Grace is ranked number 1 in the state. The Eagles faced an old playoff rival in the Section 4 semifinals. Matamidi the full for Grace. First quarter, Kez Flomo takes it in from 4 yards out to give the Eagles a 7-0 lead. Second quarter, the Zephyrs get on the board. Jackson Hull scores on the short run. It's 7-6 after the extra point try failed. Later in the quarter, fourth down play for Mahtomedi, but this time the Eagles get the stop on Hull. And a huge defensive stand for Totino keeps the score at 7-6 Eagles at the half. Jeff Ferguson's team gets a little breathing room in the second half. Flomo, the nice cut back up the middle to score his second touchdown of the game, and it's 14-6. Totino adds a late touchdown run from Mason Kalazewski to make the final 21-6. Totino Grace hosts Spring Lake Park in the section final on Friday. In Section 6 4A, semifinal action Saturday, number 2 seed Cooper overcomes a 1-point halftime deficit to run away from St. Anthony 42-21. 4 of Cooper's 6 touchdowns covered 65 or more yards. Top seed De La Salle survives a scare from Benilde St. Margaret's. The Islanders win at 26-24 to set up Friday's section final as Cooper visits De La Salle. In Class 3A, Providence Academy pulls out a close one, 34-28 in the Section 2 semifinals. The Lions host the Jordan Hubmen Friday night in the section final.
The volleyball playoffs are in full swing, and the season came to an end for some local teams last week. At Osseo, the Orioles hosting Champlin Park in Section 5 3A play. The Orioles dig up Taylor Gore's hit, then get into the offense. Jackie Jones puts it away, and it's a 22-11 Osseo lead in Game 1. Great set here by Megan Pekarik to Shia Sanders as she ends that first game in style. Second seed Osseo rolling to a 25-12 win. John Yunker and the Rebels trying to battle back. Brenna Walton sets it to Maria Sampson, who gets it through the blockers. It evens the second game up at 10-10. A nice dig by Walton here for the Rebels, but Phyllis Webb gets up for the big block for Osseo as they take a 14-10 lead. Jaslyn Tanalou with a nice dig here for Osseo, and it leads to a point as Hannah Pekarik gets the kill. Osseo sweeps Champlin Park in 3. Also in Section 5, Totino Grace sweeps Maple Grove, and 3 pretty close ones as the Eagles and Orioles both move into Wednesday's semifinals. Osseo plays St. Michael Albertville, while Totino Grace meets Blaine in the other semi. Both of those matches are at Blaine High School, and the section final is Saturday night. In Section 6 3A, Wayzata and Hopkins have both advanced to the semifinals. The Trojans eliminated Armstrong, while the Royals beat Edina. Hopkins and Wayzata play in the second semifinal Tuesday night at Benilde St. Margaret's High School. The winners meet in the final Saturday afternoon at Benilde. And a tough call who you'd pick in Section 6. Some pretty good teams left.
Well, Hopkins Wayzata split during the regular season. This one to decide who goes to the final. Eden Prairie, very strong team. They're going to be tough to beat come Saturday, assuming they win, of course, in the semifinals. Still to come here on Sports Jam, highlights from state soccer plus section cross country. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Sports Jam.
The state soccer tournament started last week and wraps up this week. Unfortunately, the biggest news surrounding the state tournament revolved around the Prairie Seeds Academy team being disqualified from the Class A tournament and losing, Jay, a court case to get reinstated.
Now, it was discovered that an ineligible player had been playing for the Lycans, and that was discovered really in the aftermath of that fight at the end of the section final when they were investigating that. So bottom line, they didn't get a chance to play in the tournament. Duluth Marshall got into the semifinals, and something you don't see very often, and you hope to not see very often in any high school sports.
All right. Well, the unbeaten Champlin Park boys soccer team earned the top seed for the state Class AA tournament. Rebels didn't pull an easy draw, though. They met district rival Blaine in the quarterfinals. Champlin Park in white, the Bengals turned the ball over after a goal kick, and Esteban Arias picks off a pass and drills a shot home. The Rebels strike first, and they lead the Bengals 1-0 at the half. Second half, and Blaine ties it off the free kick. Ian Durbin passes to Mitch Brogy for the shot and goal, tying the match at 1. Blaine goes ahead about 7 minutes later. Rebels goalie Alec Lebo makes a big save off the free kick here. But Brogy is there to bang home the rebound, and that's the game winner. Blaine pulls the upset, ending Champlin Park's season with a 2-1 win.
In the Class AA girls tournament, defending champ Wayzata is into the Final Four after a dominating performance in the quarterfinals. Wayzata facing St. Michael Albertville in St. Cloud. Marika Kelly with a corner kick. Katie Schultz's header dropped over the goal line by the keeper. It's in for a goal. Kylie Schwartz steps up, and watch her place this shot just inside the goalpost for Wayzata. It's a 2-0 lead for the Trojans, and they are well on their way. They completely dominate the first half. Schultz with a free kick. It's off the goalpost. Summer Johnson is there to put the rebound away from short distance there. Schwartz, Johnson, and Schultz all scored 2 goals apiece. The Trojans cruise to a 6-0 win. Wayzata faces Blaine in the AA semifinals Tuesday at 2 o'clock at the Metrodome.
Defense helped carry the Totino Grace girls soccer team to the Section 5A championship. The Eagles posted 3 shutouts in section play. They met Cloquet in the Class A quarterfinals. Scoreless late in the first half, the Eagles pressing hard for a goal, but Kenzie Wraith stands tall for the Lumberjacks. Huge stop there. This game goes to a shootout. Grace Steinhauser with a chance to win it for the Eagles, but she's denied by Wraith. Emily Wangen shooting for Cloquet, but Gabrielle Eisfelder makes the stop, giving the Eagles a chance to win. The 8th shooter for Grace is Nicole Hagan, and she makes no mistake burying the shot. Totino Grace advanced. However, they lost to Blake 2-0 in the semifinals Monday morning, while Benilde St. Margaret's won their semifinal. They'll play for the Class A title on Thursday.
Spots in the state cross-country meet were on the line at the Section 6 AA championships. The boys on the course first at Gale Woods, Wayzata, Hopkins, Armstrong, Cooper, and Benilde among the teams in action. Hopkins sophomore Joe Klecker races to the victory. His time is 15:27.8. Connor Olson of Wayzata takes second. It's a good day for the Trojans. They take the team title. Will Burke of Edina comes in third place, with Josh Nielsen of Wayzata right behind him in fourth. Then it's the girls' turn to take the course. Light rain falling through part of the afternoon here. Wayzata's girls dominate this meet. Anna French races to the win. Her time 14:48.9. The Trojans' Annika Halverson is second, followed up by Lucy Holscher of Minnetonka, Isabel Hall of Hopkins, and Annika Lerdahl of Wayzata. Here's what the 2 individual champs had to say.
I thought they were right on my tail, so I just didn't want to let up at all, because I didn't know how far back they were, and it would not be fun to get past in that last couple steps.
I'm really excited. I guess state's kind of the big thing that I've been working towards all summer, so it'll be fun.
The Wayzata girls have 5 of the top 10 runners to easily win the title. Runner-up Edina also advances to state. Hopkins is 4th with Armstrong 6th, Cooper 10th, and Benilde 12th. The Wayzata boys with a first place showing as well. Edina is 2nd with Hopkins in 3rd. Armstrong is 7th, Benilde 9th, and Cooper 11th.
Oh, this is the biggest race of the season for many high school cross-country runners. Only the best qualify for state out of section meets. Anoka was the site last week for the Section 5 AA races. In the girls 4K, Carly Brandt of Moundsview wins it with a time of 14 minutes, 31.7 seconds. Champlin Park's Cassidy Soley is 3rd. Her time 15 minutes, 5.8 seconds. Maple Grove 7th grader Tia Johnson finishes in 10th place and, like Soley, qualifies for state. In the boys race, Brendan Sage of St. Michael Albertville takes gold with a winning time of 15 minutes, 48 seconds on the 5K course. Totino Grace's Joe Lucelle is 2nd. A trio of Maple Grove runners finish in the top 10. Sean Heaton, Mitchell Dickerson, and Ryan Graham take 6th, 7th, and 8th place for the Crimson. All of those guys qualify for state. Here are the final boys team scores in 5AA. Centennial and Moundsview are the section state team qualifiers. Maple Grove finishes 3rd. Among other local schools, Totino Grace is 6th, Osseo 7th, Rogers 8th, Champlin Park 12th, and Park Center 15th. In the girls' meet, Totino Grace is the team champion. The Eagles and Moundsview are the state team qualifiers. Maple Grove finished 5th overall, Park Center 7th, Osseo 8th, and Champlin Park 10th. The state meet is this Saturday, coming up in Northfield.
After team action, the state girls tennis tournament wrapped up Friday with singles and doubles finals. Breck's Patty Zhao in the Class A singles final, but Sonia Das of St. Paul Academy dominates early after winning the first set 6-love. She fires a rocket forehand down the line for a point here. It starts fast in the second set as well. Zhao builds a bit of momentum in the middle of the set, though. Das with a backhand slice that Zhao gets to and puts away as she takes back-to-back games to pull within 3-2. Zhao serves in the far court on this next point, and Das will take the point with another strong forehand down the line as number 2 seed Das whips number 1 seed Zhao 6-love, 6-3.
And in the Class AA singles tournament, Wayzata's Kelly Yang lost in the first round.
That's right, and competition wrapping up there with double winners for St. Paul Academy. Yes. They were pretty excited. Just a few minutes apart, they won those Class A titles. Next up in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet an Osseo football player who has had a breakthrough season for the Orioles. As we saw earlier in the show, Osseo's football team won its playoff opener. On this week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet an Orioles senior with a great will to win.
Hey, run a last play again.
For Troy Kray, this football season's as good as it gets.
It's been a dream. I've absolutely just loved every minute of it this year. It's exactly what I was hoping for, and I've just been having a great year.
Number 17, Kray started the season as a top defensive gun at linebacker for Osseo, and he's lived up to that, entering the playoffs as far and away the Orioles' leading tackler and with 8 sacks. But he's been a revelation as a running back, averaging over 6 yards per carry with 449 yards and 6 TDs.
I still definitely think I'm more of a defensive player, but I'm starting to get the hang of offense the more I practice it and more game experience I get, but defense is definitely just more natural for me.
He's just been great. He flies around on defense, flies around on offense. In the Andover game, he had like 14 tackles and 33 carries. You know, that's just running around crazy. And every time any kid tells me he's tired, I'm like, you're not tired. Kray just did this, you can't be tired. He's got this will to win that I haven't seen in a lot of kids. He does not want to go down, does not want to lose anything.
That will to win, or is it hating to lose? Either way, it serves Kray well.
Growing up with an older brother, we were just really competitive always, and no one likes to lose, and losing to him just would always make me really mad. And so, I mean, now when I come here, I try to win in everything I do, because losing is just, I just hate it. It's the worst thing ever.
Before he gets too big of a head, Troy's teammates can keep him grounded.
Still needs to work on his punt game a little bit, which I give him a lot of crap for. But, I mean, he can run the ball really well. He's a hard-nosed kid. I trust him with the ball. He can also catch the rock a little bit. He can throw it. He can play. He's a phenomenal linebacker. He's fast enough to be a safety. I mean, he's pretty much, he can play almost any position on this field.
With the new playoff format in the new Class 6A, Friday's win over Anoka means Osseo will now host defending state champion Eden Prairie this week.
I haven't got to play them since I've been here, and I mean, yeah, Eden Prairie is going to be a great team, but no one here wants to go home, and we're definitely not going to leave without putting up a fight. So we're going to be ready, and we're going to give it our all. So that's all we can really do.
Troy plays baseball in the spring, and his older brother Kevin was a star pitcher for Osseo, and now pitches for the University of Minnesota. Sometimes
we'll set up either at a park or at home with some tennis balls and stuff. We play a lot of backyard sports, baseball, basketball. Yeah, I've tried to hit off of him. If I can guess the pitch right, I can normally get him a couple times here and there, but he definitely is at that next level where he's got the upper hand on me.
With the season he's had, Troy's certainly given some thought to playing on Saturdays next fall.
I haven't had any D1 offers or anything, but I've been talking to St. Cloud, St. Thomas, St. John, some D2, D3 schools, but I really have no clue where I want to go yet. I mean, my first choice would probably be the U of M, just as for academics and stuff, because I just love the school because my brother goes there and I've just seen how great it is. So that would probably be my first choice, but I'd love to keep playing football if I could.
Troy's brother Kevin was an academic All-Big Ten pick last season for the Gophers and earned 7 saves working as a relief pitcher with a 2.12 ERA. Sports Jam returns in a moment as John talks playoff football with the Champlin Park Rebels.
The semifinals of the Class 6A football playoffs are this Friday night. Champlin Park will be taking on Wayzata, the Rebels, with a first-round win against Centennial. And they join us here on Sports Jam. We'll start with Andrew Ziegler. And a tough game against Centennial, a team that gave you a tough game in the regular season and again here in the section quarterfinals.
Yeah, they're a really good team. I mean, they really took it to us on the run. I mean, we got to go watch the film, look at some things, and make some adjustments because we got a big game coming up for state.
Talk about your team's play overall this season to this point.
I feel like we've really improved over the year defensively. Like at the beginning of the year, we had some holes to fill. I mean, we were not playing some techniques correctly, but as the year progressed, we've definitely filled those holes up, and we've worked on those techniques.
What do you know about Wayzata?
They're always a tough team. I mean, we've been playing them for last 5 years, and they've kind of took it to us each year, and so we really want to put one up on them.
Congratulations on this one. Good luck for Friday.
Thank you.
And Bryce Marquardt, who had a touchdown tonight. How about this win against the Cougars? They, again, a team that played you tough.
Well, this was kind of a game we had to win. None of us wanted to go home, and we kind of wanted to come out and take it to them and show every team in the state that we're capable of making it and winning state.
How about your offense overall this season? How much have you seen an improvement from last year to where you are this year?
From last year, it's kind of nice because we have so many people coming back, and 3 of our key players on offense came back, and so we get to come out and just take it to teams, and we've obviously improved over the season coming out, and just we have run threat, pass threat. We have a line that can block like no other, and it's great to have.
Andrew talked about Wayzata and the challenges of playing then, and I know you haven't probably looked at a lot of tape of them this year yet, but what do you expect from them defensively as you look at it from an offensive point of view?
I expect them to be good. I mean, they've always been good with a city that big. I mean, you kind of got to expect that they're going to have a lot of players out, and they're going to have a lot of people that can come and play just as well as we can, so we're just going to have to take it to them offensively.
Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Coach Mike Horton, a win in the quarterfinals, and never easy against the Centennial team that played you guys especially tough twice this season.
Yes, they're a very good team. I mean, last time it came down to whoever had the ball last, and I was sitting there watching this one going, uh-oh, and we get it to two scores up and couldn't quite get it to that third one because they just kept battling back. They did not quit, and they played hard.
6A football, first year in Minnesota. What's your thoughts about the overall playoff system for the large schools like yourself?
I don't know. Haven't been through it yet. Yeah, we're kind of, as we go along, we're trying to feel this thing out a little bit. But, yeah, you got to play everybody. We got to, who knows, Wayzata kind of looks like the same thing it used to be last year, doesn't it? But it doesn't matter. We'll just show up and play, and we're playing into November, and that's always fun. And we'll hopefully keep going.
Having played them so many times, they give you some kind of advantage, even though they've been the team that's come out on top. They kind of know their personnel and what they're going to do on offense and defense.
Yeah, we kind of got an idea what they're going to do offense and defense. I haven't looked at them for their personnel. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at them. I was watching Centennial. But as far as what they're going to do, I know that they're still running the same defense. They're still doing the same stuff offensively. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to change now with the success they've had in the past.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Good luck in the playoffs as they continue next Friday.
Well, thank you very much. I just love being around these kids, and we'll have one more week of practice and then keep going and have another one after that.
Champlin Park Rebels with a 35-27 win over Centennial in the section quarterfinals. And again, they will play Wayzata on Friday night. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam after this timeout.
Channel 12 brings you everything you need to stay informed about the local political issues that affect you with Local Vote 2012.
Watch candidate profiles every day on 12 News and check them out again on our website, 12.tv.
Tune in to Channel 12 and see your candidates debate in local candidate forums.
Then turn to Channel 12 to see the results of the voting live on election night. It's Local Vote 2012 on Channel 12 and 12.tv.
Our game of the week is Class 6A football as Wayzata hosts Champlin Park. It's the 6th year in a row the two have met in the playoffs. The game is Friday night at Wayzata High School. You can watch it here on Channel 12 Saturday at 8:30 and 11 p.m. And that wraps up this week's edition of Sports Jam.
Next week, highlights from state cross country, section football and volleyball, and more. Thanks for watching. Follow 12 Sports replays and live events on Twitter, Facebook, and Livestream. Watch your favorite high school athletes performing live on your computer or mobile device. Link to us on 12.tv.